The ANC in KwaZulu-Natal's Provincial Task Team is set to give the nation an update today on the outcomes of its inaugural meeting. This briefing sets the tone for the task team's mandate, priorities and strategic direction towards rebuilding, renewing and strengthening the ANC in the province. Newzroom Afrika's Nobuhle Modise joins us now with those details. Nobuhle, good morning.
A very good morning, Iman. So today we are set to hear for the first time from the newly appointed or reconfigured structure in the KwaZulu-Natal province, the ANC's Provincial Task Team, and we will hear from its team. You would have heard some analysts, argue that this current structure and its current format is rather bloated. You'd know that in the past, the provincial structures, or some that are still existing in other provinces, would comprise of a chairperson, a secretary general, as well as a treasurer. In this case, they've brought back, members of the party who are not particularly in any of the structures nationally. That is, we know that the provincial convener will be Jeff Hadebe, who is a former head of policy in the party, and that role ended in around 2019. He also lost his role within the ANC in 2022, but he comes back now in the KwaZulu-Natal province as the provincial convener, and the first deputy convener would then be Weziwe Tusi, who's also making a comeback, and we see Modise as the second deputy convener, and he comes back. You know that he was the chairperson of the former structure, and then we have the coordinator, who is another blast from the past, Mike Mabuya Kulu, and his deputy coming back as Nomusa Ngube, who was the former premier of the KwaZulu-Natal province, and Nomakuku Simelani also forms part of the structure as the provincial fundraiser. So this structure today will be, giving us an update, number one, with regards to that inaugural meeting, and also, just on how they plan to rebuild. You'd know that since, the May polls last year, the KwaZulu-Natal province has become a battleground with the formation of the Umkhonto weSizwe party, where they got 47% of the vote, and we know that now the provincial ANC is now in a government of provincial unity with the DA, the IFP, as well as the NFP, owing to their dismal, performance at the May polls, with 2019 sitting at 54.4% to a dismal 17%. And we know that Begin Dolo, who was the former Secretary General in the province, not happy about this particular disbandment. He's been quoted in several media reports talking about how if this disbandment is with regards to the fact that they didn't do well in the polls, then he argues that the ANC should have been disbanded as well, owing to the fact that nationally the ANC from 57% went down to 40%. So we will hear today what those plans to renew, and re-energize and give us an insight on their strategic direction, on how they plan to gain the confidence of voters since that dismal performance in last year's election.